So wherever you're watching this week's show from, whether it be from home, maybe you're sitting on the bus riding somewhere, maybe you're on the plane, I hope you're warm, comfortable, and ready to sit back and relax and enjoy tonight's program, because we are on this chilly ass hill overlooking the ocean.
Got that mighty fine ocean wind.
Yeah, exactly. Natural disasters, I don't think, are they absolutely live on, but don't expect any natural disasters on tonight's program. Everything's dialed in, the sun is shining, and it's shining particularly brightly these days on Vincent McMahon.
And more specifically, Shane O'Mac on SmackDown Live, baby.
Here comes the money! Yep.
Just absolutely slaughtered Raw.
Just when we thought all hope was lost for SmackDown, with a fairly strong showing from Raw, and the fact that they managed to snag a few key superstars, once again, SmackDown manages to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Again, their viewership was up, the show was tremendous, and I'm very hyped going into the next week.
Same here. They put on two just classic matches.
Absolutely.
And they were just on TV.
They were just on TV. These are pay-per-view level, amazing, memorable main event matches that were just regular fixtures of the show.
Chad Gable with the perfect moonsault.
Flawless, right out of the textbook. As most things Chad Gable does. It was picture perfect. In an almost picture perfect match, American Alpha weren't quite able to overcome the Usos in the tag team title.
Not quite. This is still looking good.
Very good. They had a flawless match. Not a single bone spot.
Nope. Bringing that day one-ish.
Yeah. We need to get those shirts immediately, and you'll be seeing them on the program soon. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Definitely.
Aside from that, the other incredible, memorable match that the big man mentioned was the main event. That's okay. The main event for SmackDown this past week featured three incredible superstars in a triple threat to determine the number one contender for the United States title, now that Kevin Owens, the prize fighter, has shown up on SmackDown.
And it was big banter. Big breakfast, Baron Corbin, the Lone Bear, the man of many titles on this show.
That's right.
Versus AJ Styles.
That's right.
The Illuminati phenomenal.
The man of all the titles.
The champ who runs the camp, face who runs the place. The once rookie redneck.
And he's held every single one of these everywhere he's been.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling the United States going what's next in the phenomenal one's future. Eventually. It doesn't have to be the next thing, but soon. For sure. Shinsuke's got to chomp his way through the show-off Dolph Ziggler. No amount of showing off or snide remarks or throwaway lines are going to get Dolph out of a serious ass kick.
Yeah. It was just like 10 minutes of Nakamura.
Dolph acting like he hasn't heard of the guy. Come on.
Will you stop?
Dolph listens to Pritchard's show as much as we do. And since that's the case, that means by definition he's a mark too. He knows who Nakamura is.
He knows. He's trying to fool.
He's not fooling anybody. He's not fooling anybody. But Nakamura is the real thing. Get out of my ring. That was really good. We didn't see Vince again this week on the show.
No.
But like you mentioned, Shane was in complete control of how his show SmackDown.
And the Jordan?
Monday, obviously, looking crisp, fresh. The tiny shuffles and the little punches. It was all there. It was all there. So SmackDown airtight. Just to round off that program, the women's division.
Oh yes.
The introduction of two generational superstars.
Tamina and Charlotte.
That's right. The Queen looking like something out of a dream, wearing that peacock gown, and Tamina just looking mean, which is what she's there for.
Two ladies with excellent big boots.
That's right.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, two top-tier athletes. It's going to be great. In fact, they might even feud against each other to start. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. And Tamina is probably about 10 times better at wrestling than Nia Jax. And I think that's a perfect place to start the breakdown of Raw this week. Nia Jax in a feature match against the former women's champion Charlotte. And Charlotte doing the favors on her way out.
Doing the job.
And
That's okay.
That's right. And Nia looking really out of her element.
Yeah.
Like, Charlotte is obviously several levels above her right now. Nia has the ability, in my opinion, to be a top star, but right now, they're asking her to do too much.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe a little too fast of a push.
I guess Vince and the family believes that Nia is ready to make big money for them right now.
Yeah. They might get another Roman situation.
Hey, as long as they're pushing lots of "I'm not like most girls" shirts, it's all okay. And she isn't, because most girls in WWE can work. But aside from that, we also saw. I'm sorry, Nia. If you don't drop Charlotte on your head, then I don't say things like that.
I know.
And don't blame Charlotte. She's amazing.
Yeah, she is.
Later on in the program, the main event featured the newest addition of the Raw roster, the Intercontinental Champion Dean Ambrose, taking on the exiting United States Champion Kevin Owens. And just like Charlotte, he too did the yap.
Then became the new face of America.
Starting off SmackDown with a blistering anti-United States and highly pro-Canada promo. He's going the Bret Hart route, and I think that's going to do wonders for his career.
With the shaved beard.
That's right. Making himself a little bit more respectable on the SmackDown Live. Are we live, pal? Are we live? Okay. Well, it's a big show. We didn't see the big man this past Monday, did we?
Not at all. But we did see another beard.
Yes, Jinder Mahal, and he clubbed the shit out of Finn Balor.
Well, I mean that too, but Braun Strowman.
Oh, yes, Ron. We'll get to that in a moment. But Jinder with some very, very stiff forearms. Pal, I think it's those giant pipes
It's vascular.
and how vascular he is that has kept him on the roster despite clubbing WWE's perennial top guy.
But Gronk though.
I know, Gronk's a money draw.
Yeah.
That guy is just a license to print money. If you can somehow incorporate Gronk and everything that Gronk embodies into whatever it is you're selling, whether it be protein powder, promotional videos for some kind of resort, or maybe energy drinks, Gronk is just a license to print money. Maybe he'll be putting on the boots and tights one of these days and getting in the ring with Mojo.
I wouldn't.
The new Hype Bros.
Hype Bros V2.
They have to be the new Hype Bros.
Yeah, you're right. And then Zack Ryder solo push when he comes back.
Absolutely.
Please.
They're gonna push Zack Ryder as this monster heel, and he's gonna go toe to toe with Strowman.
That WrestleMania moment was such a tease. I was like, no.
Huge tease. But speaking of teases, big man, you mentioned the other big man, Strowman, a little bit earlier on, and how he was doing work.
Yeah. Just beating down Roman Reigns. And the crowd loved it.
Legendary beatdown.
Everyone loved it.
Yes.
I mean, I guess except for hardcore Roman Reigns fans, but
That's okay.
Yeah,
Hardcore
that's
Roman
all right.
Reigns fans have been on the ultimate thrill ride for the last couple of years.
You're right. Just thinking about him beating down League of Nations and Superman punching Vince McMahon.
I think at this point, I have to point out, listening to MLW radio this past week, Court Bauer pointed out that through his sources, he found out that Roman has actually requested to turn heel before, at least once, but it has been rejected. He even presented an entire story outline for what he could do after he became heel, but it was rejected. I guess Vince is just that committed.
Wow. He loves the character.
He does.
He loves the heat.
He's huge, and look at the size of him.
Well, he's like a heat magnet.
He
It's
is.
like white hot.
Yeah, he is an enormously hot heel, like right now. He's so... Beating The Undertaker was a really good idea in retrospect. I know it made us very sad, and in our WrestleMania retrospective, I waxed emotional about how I felt about that. But the fact remains, it's done nothing but help Roman Reigns, I think.
imagine the heat that would happen if they put just a surprise match at a pay-per-view, and then all of a sudden it's Roman Reigns versus Eva Marie.
And Eva goes over?
Yeah, no. Roman still goes over.
Multiple Superman punches?
Yeah. Or no, just one spear out of him.
I want to see him like lick his lips and stuff before he does it.
Oh, well, he
Because he'll get extra heat that way.
Yeah. Well, he'll Superman punch her and then she'll kick out. Then it'll keep going.
A series of false finishes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's booked strong.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. Just like Roman Reigns.
Absolutely.
Because she's got to make him look strong.
Obviously. Yeah, I like the sound
you
of that. I like the sound of that. I do know WrestleMania 34, here we come. Back to reality just for a moment. This past week on Monday, Braun Strowman shocked the world by not only beating down the big dog, the guy, is he the dog that runs the yard or the man that runs the yard?
I don't know.
I guess he has to be the dog because he calls himself the big dog.
The big dog.
So he's the dog that runs the yard. He just got the piss stomped out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped off the loading dock while strapped to a stretcher.
Mm-hmm.
Gets loaded into a stretcher, and Braun Strowman flips into the ambulance.
Yep. Just flips it right over.
Incredible.
But he didn't flip the other one.
No. A little bit disappointed about that. 9 out of 10 for the second. Yeah, he could
9.9.
He could have just kicked that other one. It was a smaller ambulance.
9.9 out of 10.
I think if Braun Strowman got a running start and they padded the side of the ambulance, he could have just shoulder tackled the whole ambulance over.
It would have been like that Gallows and Anderson story.
Which one?
Where he like kicks the car and then like. Don't you remember that?
I don't think I heard this story.
Oh no.
Tell me about it.
I don't remember it totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, look up Gallows and Anderson car story on YouTube, because that's what I'm going to be doing after the show.
Yeah. It was one of those cartoon things that WWE did. Where they like.
Oh, Road Stories!
Yeah.
Okay, well then check out Road Stories. I don't
Yeah.
remember the story either, but I've seen every episode. More on that next week.
AJ.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It goes without mentioning, but obviously the Illuminati, the phenomenal one, went over in that main event on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
But getting back to Raw, Strowman flips the ambulance. Kevin Owens does the favors. Charlotte does the favors.
Mm-hmm.
And in the tag team division, we saw, I guess, the development of who is going to become the next contenders for those Raw tag titles.
Shining Stars.
No, not the Shining Stars. Who have a really, really cool finishing move.
Yeah, they do.
But,
Oh my
but definitely
goodness.
not them. Oh, and they're on
It's
SmackDown.
so brutal.
Yeah, it's very brutal. They're on SmackDown now. I think Shining Stars and Usos have amazing matches.
Backstabber powerbomb.
Yeah. I think them and Usos have really good matches. I think.
Oh yeah. It'd be brutal.
Yeah, it would be. And anything else from Raw? I'm just quickly checking my mind. Yeah, that pretty much covers it. Is there anything else you wanted to cover?
I think that's about it.
Okay. Well, that being the case, there's just one other thing that Ian and I want to talk about this week. We can't finish the show without mentioning this whole blow up all over social media and the world of wrestling regarding JBL's behavior in WWE. I guess from what I've learned, it may or may not be symptomatic of a bigger problem in WWE. This pervasive theme of bullying, where not only is it permitted, at times it's encouraged. That's really disturbing, quite frankly, because bullying, in my opinion, it doesn't help. If anybody who's associated with wrestling will tell you it's a business. Yes, it's entertainment, it's fun, but it's not necessarily for fun. It's there to make money. And bullying people is not the high road to making more money.
No.
That doesn't help.
Doesn't help the the fiber of the team.
That's right. That's exactly right. I understand it's okay to be intimidating and be a tough guy, but the kind of stuff that JBL apparently has done is just unacceptable.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I don't know of too many people who are going to come out and openly support John Bradshaw Layfield.
No, I don't think there are many people.
No, and definitely not us.
Morrow will be missed.
He will.
commentary was a breath of fresh air.
Certainly was. Big ups to our bro from British Columbia, Morrow. Hopefully you can get back on WWTV one day. I thought you did a really good job.
BC boy.
That's right. But for now, you know, kick it in Abbotsford, collect yourself, and get back to doing what you do best, and that's doing commentary.
Being mean, making green.
Yeah, and JBL, the fact is, I'm sure lots of people throughout the years have told you to not be such a dick, but it's your identity. I get that. So, keep doing you. I believe that things going the way they are, everything's gonna sort itself out.
I'm sure everything.
Thanks for watching.